Well, this week is Rusty's last week on News 13, but before we say goodbye to him, we wanted to give him and everyone a chance to look back.
Friday will be my last day at News 13. My family and I are relocating to my wife's home state of Minnesota. So all week and this morning, we want to take a moment to look back at the stories I've had the chance to cover. This morning, those stories about my favorite pastimes. Just one guess what that might be. Why do I love NASCAR? It's like a rock concert, a sporting event, and a circus, all in one. It's sensory overload, and that's just the fans.
You can't tame the part. Well, we're here now this year, so they ain't tamed us yet.
The last Rockingham Fall race in 2003 was my first NASCAR race as a reporter. It was great to know that I could go and try to record the event for history. Since then, I've been able to work at nearly every single Darlington race, 2 Daytona 500s, and just about everything else you can think of in between. We got a ride from Carl Edwards on Darlington's brand new surface in 2008.
You know, the pavement is changed and we're all starting from square one. You know, this is going to be a lot like going to a standard mile-and-a-half track.
I got a chance to drive in 2010 as part of the Buck Baker driving school. Let's just say those professionals have guts like I'll never know. That's me driving Miss Wimpy. In 2005, we went to the pit school near Charlotte to find out what these athletes studied and practiced to make sure their pit stops could get the driver out as quickly as possible. We traveled to the brand new Hall of Fame in Charlotte in 2010. I've had the chance to interview the late and legendary Jim Hunter, who preceded my friends Chris Browning and later Chip Weil as president of Darlington Raceway. Browning promised me I'd be the first to know when he was ready to announce the old grandstand was coming down and a new one in Turn 1 would go up. He made good on his word, and I appreciate that.
To agree to spend this much money on the facility, I think, is a huge statement towards their commitment for the future of Darlington Raceway.
I've watched races from nearly every vantage point at the Lady in Black. I've talked to people who've attended races there for nearly 50 years, and I can't agree more that it's a place that is special for more ways than one, and it's found new life again. Tough to believe for some people, but a lot of those stories I covered about 10 years ago, Darlington was really in danger of losing a race. So Chris Browning, Chip Weil, former presidents, and my friend Dennis Warden, who's still at the track, have really helped make the Southern 500 something new again, and it's doing better than ever.
Yeah, they told me I could take over like the NASCAR beat.
I think you should. I think you should. It'd be great. This guy's a NASCAR fan, though. Big time,
it's fantastic.
Right?
Get involved.
Right.
You go out, you go for your first race, and you're hooked immediately.
I don't see Patsy in the car going like 25.
Just don't mess up the hair.
Like Grandma.
Yeah. Don't mess up the hair.
No wind. We got to close those windows. And on Monday, Matt Gittens, he's here right now. He'll be taking over for Rusty. Fun.
Early on Monday morning.
Early.
Sleep in.
I'll be asleep.
It's don't worry, we'll tweet you.
There you go. That's right.
I'm gonna just call you every morning for the next 6 months.
Let me know. I won't answer. We'll have more of these stories this week. 5:43, and we'll have the latest on the Zika virus in South Carolina coming up.
And we'll tell you why Dustin Johnson won't be in this year's Olympics.
Plus, we'll tell you how the flu vaccine could benefit your baby.
Yeah, I did buy a house in Minnesota. I think the high at my house today will be about 83.
We can only wish.
But call me in January.
Yeah, say, remind them of the snow. Right.
When you're
I have
digging
negative 83.
Yeah, we're looking at another hot day. Not nearly as oppressive as last week, but and still more storm potential. We've seen that throughout the week and the weekend as well. We'll talk about the potential for some of those stronger ones coming up after the break.